Hello and welcome to the La Project with me, your host Han Royani, and my co-host
BJ, what's up?
So we are a facetious podcast that talks about the political news and also some events that happen all around the world. And today we actually have a special but recurring guest, I would say. So
The most special, and probably at this point the most recurring as well.
The most recurring, I think.
Yeah.
Every other show she'll be here.
Pretty much.
Yeah, pretty much. So I mean, thank you again for coming on the show. Welcome, Nikki.
Thank you, Han.
Yes.
Thank you, BJ, for having me.
Thank you so
Of
much.
course.
Thank you so much.
We love having you here.
Yes, I mean, like, it's so much fun every time you're here. And if you guys are currently watching this, you might notice that there's something different about today.
Is there?
So we are currently in a new studio. So we have upgraded, basically. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we've upgraded. Just for this week, basically. Yeah.
Yeah.
For the Trump
space.
visit. Yes.
Yes.
Because of the ASEAN summit that happened over the last week, we're actually going to talk about what some of the people that attended and what happened during ASEAN. So, for those of you that lived under a rock, so Trump, the president of the United States, Donald Trump, just visited Malaysia as part of his ASEAN tour, basically.
Yes.
So he will be visiting
Asia, actually.
Asia, yeah.
Yeah. He's going all around Asia.
Mm-hmm. So he will be visiting Malaysia. He will. He already visited Malaysia
and left.
He'll be visiting Japan and also China.
China, yeah.
Basically. So during the ASEAN summit, there were a lot of leaders from different countries, basically, and the list of names are quite impressive, if I can say so myself. So I'm gonna take like maybe 1 or 2 minutes to just list out the people that were here. That were here.
Why not?
So I'm gonna start with the ASEAN member states first. So it's Sultan Hassanal Bolkiah, the monarch of Brunei.
Let's go.
Hun Manet, the Prime Minister of Cambodia. Prabowo Subianto, President of Indonesia. Sifandon, Prime Minister of Laos. Marcos Jr., the President of Philippines. Lawrence Wong, Prime Minister of Singapore. Anutin Charnvirakul, Prime Minister of Thailand.
Good job.
Thank you. I thought I butchered that, but honestly. But
You're doing well, though.
Yeah,
You're doing really
thank
well.
You. I can be a newscaster.
Yeah, you can replace Nikki.
Take my promo job.
They're still looking for a replacement for Nikki.
Always.
Yeah. Done in Play FM. Yeah, why not?
So there's also the Pham. Okay, this one I might butcher. Pham Minh Chinh, the Prime Minister of Vietnam.
Oh, you nailed that.
Oh, really?
You nailed that.
Okay,
Yeah,
thanks.
yeah.
Okay, this one is a bit difficult. K. Rala Shanana Guzmao, the Prime Minister
Guzmao,
of
yes.
Timor-Leste.
Yep. Our newest member state, by the way.
Our newest member. Yep. And probably one of the most jovial or maybe coolest Prime Minister.
I mean,
in
any prime minister would be that jovial if they got that kind of economic boost, to the country. Like,
No, but I don't know if you've seen footage of him in ASEAN, but he goes around like high-fiving people, giving sweets to people, but it's not something that he's done recently. He's been doing this for a long time.
Yeah.
That's so charming.
Yeah. Every time he would go, he
Like
just
whenever he walks
sweets.
into like a hall with his entourage, it looks like a UFC walkout kind of thing. Yeah.
Oh my god. Okay, I
Like,
need to see this.
I don't know how people know about him, but he acts like he has fans and they reciprocate.
There
So
you
it's like,
go.
let's go.
and so the president of Timor-Leste was there because basically Timor-Leste was just inducted into
ASEAN.
ASEAN.
Yep.
So he
11th
actually-
member state.
Yeah, he actually cried when he gave a speech because he said he's been waiting for like more than 10 years
Yeah.
for Timor-Leste.
So
to
he's
find-
been in
No,
power
he's
for more
been-
than 10 years?
Yeah.
And he's
I
been
think
fighting for it since
yeah.
he was young.
Yeah.
Right.
He's
Yeah.
always So that is from ASEAN. Okay, so
Maybe Ukraine can take certain lessons from him as to how to join a major trade organization.
Yeah.
Like the EU
a more diplomatic approach.
or NATO.
approach
Yeah.
maybe.
Maybe Zelensky should start dancing whenever he walks into the UN.
He should give out sweets.
Give out sweets, I don't know. Instead of you owe us 25 billion every time,
Okay, so when it comes to the ASEAN leaders, so the reason why they were there is because, first of all, Malaysia is the host
Host nation.
chairman. But Malaysia is also handing over the chairman role to the Philippines.
Yes.
So next
Next
year it will be the Philippines who will be the
It's already
chairman.
handed
of
over
ASEAN.
like 2 days ago.
Yeah, 2 days ago,
Yeah.
literally. Just
During
2
the
days
closing,
ago.
yeah.
So that was some of the ASEAN members that were there.
Right.
Okay.
So now I'm gonna talk about some of the other global leaders that were also here.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously we know that
Donald J. Trump.
Donald J. Trump,
Let's go.
BJ's idol, was here.
Yeah. Yeah. One of my idols.
Okay, we'll talk about Trump's visit to Malaysia later. But some of
Okay.
the other leaders that were here were also, Trump. Xi Jinping was not here, but his premier was here.
Yeah.
Li Qiang.
Yeah.
Li Qiang. And then the Prime Minister of Japan, Sanai Takaichi. Prime Minister of Canada, not Trudeau, Mark Carney. Mark Carney.
Trudeau is busy dating Katy Perry now.
Katy Perry. Oh, yeah. I saw.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, I touched the mic. I wasn't supposed to.
That's what Katy Perry said last night.
Okay. Anyways, inside joke, guys. Sorry, it's an inside joke. Okay, I'll just continue the list. Okay, so the president of Brazil, Lula da Silva, was here. Cool guy.
Oh, he was here?
Yeah, he was here.
Oh, damn. I didn't know that.
Yeah, he was here.
Oh
But
my God, they sang happy birthday for him.
Oh yes,
On
they
stage.
did.
Oh,
They
damn.
did.
Malaysian
Damn.
hospitality.
Damn.
Okay, so Lula da Silva was here. The president of South Africa was here. Matamela Cyril Ramaphosa. The prime minister of
Also, Briggs was
Yeah,
here.
Briggs
too.
was
here.
invited.
Briggs was here. The prime minister of
Yeah.
Australia was also
Yes,
here.
yes,
Anthony
yes.
Albanese.
Yep.
The secretary of the United Nations was here. Antonio Guterres.
Guterres, yeah.
The vice premier of China, He Lifeng, and Narendra Modi.
Oh.
Hey, did he come?
He was here.
I thought he refused to come.
No, he was here too.
Damn.
Oh.
Yeah.
Damn.
I didn't know that.
They
He
show
was
of
here
force by Briggs, huh? No, honestly.
Probably.
And I
Because
thought
they
he
saw Trump here.
refused
Yeah,
to
I
be.
mean, like, there
I
was-
thought he refused because of Trump, because
Yeah.
of Trump being here. That's what I.
But they were close ones, you know.
Yeah. I think
Modi
just,
and Trump.
Just like.
Interesting.
Oh, okay. Sorry, my bad. I was mistaken because the one that I was recalling was Xi Jinping, Modi, and Kim Jong Un.
Right.
That's who gathered last time. But yeah. So these leaders were actually
Putin
here
didn't come,
in
though.
Malaysia. Sorry,
Putin didn't come.
No.
Putin
No.
didn't come. No, he didn't.
He was invited,
He's a
but
bit
no.
preoccupied. You know? A little bit.
Yeah, sorry, you were saying.
People
huh?
dying.
Yeah, so basically those are the leaders that were here in Malaysia. So I would say I'm kind of proud of how we handled the whole ASEAN summit.
The Malaysian hospitality was front
On
and center.
point.
Yeah,
on
yeah.
point.
Front and
yeah,
center.
Yeah.
really.
And we did, I think as a host nation, we did well.
Yeah.
We did really well.
Did you see Trump dancing?
Yes. of
Who didn't
course.
see it? Even
Of
it's like
course.
worldwide people were
Yeah.
commenting on that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
like-
So this is what I wanted to talk about. So
Okay.
Trump visiting Malaysia was controversial, I would say, because of
At least amongst the populace.
At least amongst the populace.
I would have to
because-
say that I was among the
Yeah.
protesters.
Yeah.
Oh, okay,
Which
so
was
you
very
so you were
interesting.
protesting.
I was protesting, and what was interesting was my mom attended the opening ceremony.
Right.
So I walked.
So she was inside.
She was inside.
She was inside.
She was inside.
And you were outside?
I was outside.
Alright.
Like,
Alright.
out of principle, I understand the whole diplomacy part because my mom's a diplomat.
Yeah.
But I also,
So your mom
on
was like,
principle.
"Yeah, welcome Trump," and then you were like,
Go home, Trump.
Go home, Trump. And, yeah, so that's how life is.
How was the protest, by the way?
It was okay. It was a few hundred people. It was very peaceful. There was cops everywhere.
Bet.
Right.
It was supposed to be at Ampang Park. So we had a hotel close to Ampang Park because Kan City was in lockdown. So I walked my mom to the opening ceremony. Then I went to check out the situation at Ampang Park at 8 a.m. So it was supposed to start 9:30. I counted like from the street of our hotel already there was Black Maria vans parked.
Oh.
4 vans. So I think there was like 16 vans in total. They had barricaded, the police had barricaded the whole of Ampang Park, just police presence, like human barricade. And they were also in Ampang Park.
Damn.
So they had populated Ampang Park. So straight away I was like texting the organizers, like showing pictures. and they closed down Ampang Park station.
Right.
So protesters can't come to the station.
Right.
So they were very trying to like stop this from happening. So
Yeah.
it got moved to Dataran Merdeka.
Okay.
So then, I went to Dataran Merdeka instead, and it was good. It was peaceful, but the police aren't intimidating. You know, they're
Yeah.
just,
They were just
there.
there.
They were
Okay.
just there. They're not trying
weren't
to
aggro.
like. No, they
Yeah.
weren't. They weren't. And I was walking around with a Free Palestine shirt. When I went to ASEAN, when I went to KLCC, the convention
Yeah,
center,
yeah.
the police were like, "Don't wear this."
Right.
Really?
And then I was just like, "Oh, really? Kenapa? Like, why?" And my mom's right next to me, and she's like, and then my mom was like, "Yeah, it's provoking." And then I was like, "Oh, tapi kenapa?" You know, macam my mom's like, "Please, daughter, don't do this here in front of everyone." And then the cops, tapi the cops were like, "Saya faham, saya paham."
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
he understood, but I think he was
I mean, they
looking
got
out for
orders
me.
as well,
They
yeah.
have orders,
Yeah.
so I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna like
Yeah.
start an argument here or something.
But no, like I have like to me, the protests were a good thing. Like
Yeah, you
well,
have to show some dissent.
Yes, yes.
Not like,
especially when
"We're
you
so
have like
happy."
a couple hundred people there, a few hundred people there.
Yeah.
Like that's all right, you know. Like under 1,000 people, you show that you know you're still tolerating free speech, at least from the government side, you know.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Like you're not. I mean, wherever these kinds of large gatherings of leaders happen, there's always going to be a protest. I mean,
Yeah.
whenever the UN General Assembly congregates, there's
Yeah,
always a protest anyways,
always.
outside the UN building.
Yeah.
So I think it's a good thing. It's
Yeah.
a good thing, yeah.
It shows that Malaysia also has, I mean, on one side, we are being diplomatic with all these world leaders. It shows that we are a country to be trusted because all these countries are leaders are now here.
Yeah.
But also at the same time, we show that Malaysia is not just one like single-minded. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We are very complex. So we
Yeah.
are, even though at the same time our leaders are inviting all these other leaders from other countries around the world, but also at the same time, the people of Malaysia also realize there's so many issues that need to be pressed. Especially, we need to hold leaders accountable for
That's
this.
why we need
Yeah.
liberals, man.
Yeah.
No, honestly, it sounds like a joke coming from me, but honestly, we need liberals. We need liberals.
That
in
was
the
the
world.
last thing I expected.
No, we do.
We always need pushback.
You need balance.
Yeah, you need
You
balance.
always need balance.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, like you can't have KKK walking down the street. You know, and like that will happen if everything's right wing. You know, so you need balance. You need balance, meet in the middle kind of thing.
Yeah.
So it's great.
So anyway, some of the backlash, I mean, for the most part, we do have a lot of...
Okay, wait. Before you get to backlash, can I give one more piece of credit?
Please.
I think PMX and Datuk Seri Anwar, he deserves a lot of credit,
Yeah.
especially this year.
He's shone.
Beyond ASEAN, beyond ASEAN itself, I think he's taken a page out of the Trump playbook in the sense that, like Trump domestically, at least domestically, he's not doing that well within America. You know, a lot of issues that remain unresolved. Or
I mean, they have the
or
government
even
shutdown right now.
Yeah, and even the steps that were taken to resolve them were sort of, especially if you were an independent observer watching from the outside, looks half-assed, you know. But internationally, at least, Trump has been making waves, you know. Like, the ceasefire is one thing, people point to that, especially people in his camp point to that. Hasn't helped as
No.
well as some people thought it would, you know. But the Thailand Cambodia thing, that thing happened, you know.
Yeah.
So if you ask me, and then India Pakistan as well.
Yeah.
So
and Timor-Leste, he was the one who was
Timor-Leste.
pushing for that.
Yep,
Yeah.
yep. So like Trump internationally has been doing, like foreign relations wise, has been doing a good job. And I think, to my point, Datuk Seri Anwar has also done a very good job.
Yes.
Like
Yeah.
domestically, he's taken impactful steps. You know, like the budget we saw recently.
Yeah.
He's taken impactful steps, but the steps that he's taken, the fruits of that cannot be determined as of yet.
Yeah.
We don't
We
know
can't
how it's
see
going
it
to pan
yet.
out.
Yeah.
Yep. But internationally, he has undeniably
Yeah.
increased and improved the profile of Malaysia on the international stage.
Definitely.
And that is without a doubt.
Definitely.
And that
And increase his
he
profile.
deserves.
Yeah.
Of course,
Yeah.
yep,
Yeah.
as a leader as
Yeah.
well, yes. But it cannot be denied that he's put us back on the world stage when things were looking bleak for a while. You know, and he deserves a lot of credit.
And even our highways got complimented
Yeah.
worldwide when
Actually,
people were like, "Oh my
Yeah.
God, look at Malaysia's
Yeah.
roads! It's so wide, it's so clean.
Yeah.
In California, you could never get roads like this."
But to be fair, American highways are bad.
Yeah.
They've been the same way since
But
World War
a lot
II.
of countries' highways, like that's what all my
Exactly.
friends who come visit, they're like, "Your roads are so big."
Yeah.
And I'm
No,
like,
I would
"Our
say in
roads?"
Kuala Lumpur, in terms of the infrastructure, for a lot of other countries, they'll be surprised.
They were
actually, when they come to
impressed
Kuala
as-
Lumpur. I mean, I'm a tour guide, so
Yeah.
I see
Oh, yeah,
like
you would know this
Yeah.
personally.
tourists all the time. So every time they come to the Twin Towers, they would see all the skyscrapers. They're already impressed. But then at the same time, I'll also bring them to see the historical buildings and also like Batu Caves,
Right.
Masjid Negara, and all
Right.
that. And then they're
The
like blown
culture.
away. The culture,
Yeah.
like they didn't know that. Oh, Malaysia is such a multicultural country, multi-ethnic, multi-religion, and
Yeah.
like I don't know if you guys know this, but in Malaysia we have over 10,000 mosques, 1,500 Hindu temples.
Probably 5,000 of those mosques are in Kelantan. But go ahead.
Could be. We have around 1,000 Chinese temples,
Yep.
700 churches, and 5 synagogues apparently.
5.
Yeah. I'm
Wow.
quite surprised too.
Impressive.
Wow.
Yes, there are 5 synagogues. in
Shout
Malaysia.
out Malaysian Jews.
Yeah, we do have. Jews
yeah.
too,
Shout out Malaysian Jews.
Let's break bread together.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So my point is that Malaysia, I would say, is quite underrated, especially in the eyes of the world. They look
Yeah.
at Malaysia, they don't think that Malaysia is a tourist destination even.
Yep.
Like they look at Southeast Asia and then they'll be like, oh, I want to go to Thailand, I want to
or
go
Bali.
to Indonesia, Bali.
It's just Bali.
They wouldn't think of Malaysia, but
Yeah,
then
that's
when they come here, they'll be pleasantly surprised.
That's
And
true.
I think that's how we feel seeing Anwar with his whole international diplomacy.
Yep.
And I feel like, okay, he's doing a good job for Malaysia.
Yeah.
Like this is people look at Malaysia and then, oh, okay, Malaysia is actually quite capable to be the chairman of ASEAN, to stop a war with the help of the US and China in Cambodia and Thailand. And the fact that we're able to host this with all these leaders around the world and nothing.
And with everything happening around the world as well.
Yeah. And Anwar also did some he managed to get like some private time with Trump. Do you know that they were driving in the same car?
same car.
Even
like
though he
breaking protocol and
they
safety.
broke protocol.
Well, he actually broke Secret Service protocol. So
Okay.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
But it was Trump who invited him.
Yeah.
Okay.
But the Secret Service doesn't like that.
Okay.
But according to Anwar, what they talked about in the car, actually, they talked about Gaza.
Interesting.
Okay. Tell me more.
So I think it was like a 5-minute or 10-minute trip. So it wasn't a long car ride, but the whole time they were just talking about Gaza. They're talking about how to stop the war, the genocide, basically, and how we can move forward. So, and I think he was quite opportunistic in that moment. I feel like he could have talked about anything else.
Yeah.
He could have talked about anything else, like business, trade, tariffs, whatever. But he talked about Gaza.
I'm happy to hear that.
Yeah, so
That's great.
Yeah,
That's
but
great.
at the same time, we right now we're like complimenting him, congratulating him. But at the same time, people all over Malaysia are not happy with the fact that Trump was here.
Worldwide too.
Worldwide
like
too.
a lot of the nations are like, how can you be dancing with
Yes.
with Trump?
Which I totally get.
I also get that.
Because Trump, I would say, for all the things that he did, for all the wars that he stopped, he also helped Israel. He also, with the Russia and Ukraine thing, it's a bit complex, but for Israel and Palestine, not just Trump, but Biden before that, Obama before that, they've been helping out Israel,
The biggest ally.
the biggest ally. So I'm just quite happy that the ASEAN summit was quite well done. But the thing about Trump is that if you look at it from a business point of view, it's like, why wouldn't we have Trump here?
Yeah.
You know what
I mean, you need to keep those ties close. Like the only way to come to a negotiation on something that's acceptable and okay for both parties is that you can't alienate them.
Yeah.
And we, like Malaysia, we can't afford to isolate anyone or be isolated.
Yeah.
And I think one of the fact that we are one of the only countries that was able to invite Xi Jinping and Trump here in the same year, which is amazing.
It's a win.
It's
Switzerland on the east.
The Qatar of the Qatar of
Qatar's
Asia.
in the east, technically.
Okay, yeah, you're right. Okay,
Switzerland of the east.
Okay, Switzerland of the East.
Switzerland.
Yeah. So all I'm
Without the
saying
cold.
is, yeah.
Yeah.
And apparently, like Xi Jinping didn't come because he doesn't visit a country twice in a year.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the same country twice in a year. So he was
Okay.
already here,
Acting
and
like
Trump
a
was
king over
Trump
there.
is over there now
yeah.
anyway.
Yeah,
For
but
them.
Trump is gonna meet him anyway.
Yeah,
so-
they're already
No, but
meeting.
to me, it's a great thing because Anwar realizes something about Trump, and is that he's a very transactional president in terms of his foreign relations. You know, with different countries. Okay, you give me this, I'll give you lower tariffs, whatever the case may be, lah. Whatever you want, right? And we can find like a space in the middle. And because he's like that, a person like that is more amenable to striking a deal, right? And Anwar realizes that. So Anwar is like, maybe I can use this to get something for Gaza. I can use this to get something for Malaysia, whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
So I think it's smart. It's smart. Like it's smart that he tuned out all the noise, all the white noise. Because sometimes as a world leader, if you want to make an imprint, you have to make unpopular decisions.
Yeah.
So that you can have the good reverberations
Yeah.
later on.
And I don't know if you guys saw this, but Trump, after visiting Malaysia, he has been giving praises left and right to Malaysia and Anwar Ibrahim, which is nice to see. I didn't think that he was able to like be nice to other people, but here we are.
At the same time, I feel a bit fearful when I hear of this because we're on the map, so we're on his radar. So that always puts like, oh, you think I'm the teacher's pet now, but you don't know what's gonna happen afterwards because we're on his
Teacher's
radar
pet also
now.
gets called out for being noisy.
Exactly. You see, there you go.
Yeah.
Or like, you're my pet. Do as I say.
Yeah.
That's why. So every time that Trump was saying Malaysia, there was like a bit of a in my heart. You know us now.
Yeah.
know,
No,
like-
I mean, militarily as well. Like people want to avoid talking about this, but military as well, we are very, very strategically located. We're right in the middle of the main worldwide global shipping routes
Exactly.
and all that. So
Exactly.
And
So-
in terms of the location too,
Best.
we don't get too many natural disasters.
yeah,
The last one we got was the small earthquake in Johor.
yeah,
Yeah.
But that was it. Like the rest of the time, we just get like heavy thunderstorms and that.
yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, back to the
Okay, sorry.
topic. Yeah, sorry.
Please.
We were talking about like the good things that Trump has done, but now we're gonna talk about some of his actions around the world, not just in America, that people are currently criticizing. So, for example, right now, just in America itself, America is going through a government shutdown.
Yep.
While Trump is traveling around.
It's
the
been a
world.
while, huh?
It's been, I think,
2 weeks.
2 weeks, 3
Yeah.
weeks, maybe. So yeah, I don't know how long that's gonna go on. Because some of the workers, like government workers, they are working without pay. So I don't know how long that will happen.
Well, it's a Congress thing. I mean, 70% of it can be put on Congress, but Trump has certain avenues that he can take in order to resume government
like what?
processes. Like one, it's not going to be popular, but one of the things he can do under under his presidential power is reappropriate funds from other emergency caches of
departments.
money and use those funds to basically make payroll for government employees and let the government resume. But the thing about that is he has to go into things like the FEMA fund for natural disasters and emergencies, things like that, which if a natural disaster hits before the fund can be replenished, there's a big, huge problem. So I think that's one of the reasons why he's holding off on doing something like that. But yeah,
Do you think he's just gonna settle his tour first and then he'll focus?
possibly. I don't know, man. Like, it's hard to be focused on the local when you're jet setting around the world. So it's what it is.
Yeah, so that was the issue currently in America right now. So another issue with Trump is that excuse me. In I don't know if you saw this news in Venezuela. So a few weeks ago, the U.S. military they shot a
Battleship.
shipping boat.
Was it him?
It's like a boat basically. According to the U.S., the boat was carrying drugs, weapons, and stuff.
Right.
But some Venezuelan authorities, they were just saying that there was nothing on the boat. It's like a fishing boat.
Right.
Yeah, there was nothing much. So this, could be an act of war, basically.
Yeah.
It kind of is though.
Yeah, it
I
kinda
mean,
Like an
it kind of
instigation
depends
at least.
where the boat was shot, was sunk and all that. But yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
Venezuela
Yeah.
is a sovereign nation.
Yeah, so the prime minister of Venezuela is Maduro.
Yeah.
And for years, he has been quite vocal about his hatred, not hatred, his
Dislike.
of Trump.
Yeah.
Basically. So with all
Maduro's
this,
a communist, by the way.
yeah, with all this going on,
Socialist, if you like to call it that.
Yeah.
He's a communist.
you could say that. So they're not exactly fans of each other, Trump and Maduro. So because of this, because of the whole international incident that happened, there were also some reports, not just from international international press, but also from the US itself. They were asking Trump why are you bringing CIA into Venezuela? He's literally bringing CIA forces into Venezuela right now. So we don't really know why, but it sounds like
Something
this is
to
the
keep
start
an
of a
eye
coup.
on. Yeah, something to keep an eye on.
So
Yeah.
this can be dangerous.
I mean,
Yeah.
to be honest, they've done that a lot,
Exactly.
especially in South America.
Okay, fair.
So to me, it's not surprising that they would do it. It's their way of basically taking control of their hemisphere. It is what it is. But yeah, I mean, Venezuela is not exactly, swimming in cash. at the moment,
No.
They nationalized their oil reserves and all that. So it's
Okay. So that's another thing. I mean, Venezuela is quite rich in oil reserves.
yeah. Probably the richest, if I'm not mistaken. That's why they have the cheapest oil as well.
So that now it's
But they have a thing, I think, where dissimilar to Malaysia, their oil is a bit more lower quality. So
Okay.
it's more suitable to be used locally.
right. Oh, so they didn't export.
Like we export most of our oil.
Yeah.
So-
Okay.
Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, nationalization of oil fields has always been a problem for the US, no matter where it happens in the
Yeah,
world.
that's true.
Look at what happened to Iran. In the 50s. Same happened. They nationalized their oil. BP, British Petroleum, was like, no, the you ain't. Went to the CIA and was like, gotta put somebody in.
Yeah.
So they removed Mossadegh.
Yep.
They put in the
Yep.
Shah, and Iran went downhill from there. So it is
So
what it is.
it could something like this can happen to Venezuela.
I think it is happening, dude.
Yeah.
It is happening. Maduro, if Trump really is of the mind that, okay, I'm going to send in special forces and CIA to run a coup against Maduro, he has no way, no resources of stopping it. Eventually it's going to happen. It's just going to create more chaos within Venezuela itself.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't sound good for Venezuelans.
No, but it already is not good. Like, they're going through hyperinflation.
Yeah.
Their money is worth basically nothing. Their currency. So it's sad, but who's gonna save them?
Who's gonna stop them?
Yeah. So it's kind of it's unfortunate to put it this way, but they basically just have to put up and shut up. Like, they have to go along with whatever the US wants.
Okay. So I mean, currently we're still talking about international news, and
Yeah.
I have one more local news.
Wait, one more
at the end.
international news.
Yes. Okay.
Brigitte Macron is a man.
Yes. Okay. So that's
Let's
what
go.
that's what I want to
Let's
talk
go.
about. Okay. So before I hand this over to BJ,
You gonna hand it over to me?
yeah, I'm gonna hand over the,
It's your
the segment.
segment.
The
I'm
segment.
gonna talk about the woman who's now the man who's now a woman.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay,
That's great.
so I'm just gonna give like a bit of context. So the Prime Minister of France, the President of France, Emmanuel Macron.
His prime minister just got sacked a couple of weeks ago, by the way.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Emmanuel Macron, he actually met his wife when he was still studying. Am I right?
When he was 15.
When he was
14.
14.
14.
Yeah, they started their relationship when he was 15.
No.
And she was 40.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay,
she was
I want to
40.
hear more about this, but okay.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna hand it over to you. So Emmanuel Macron, so there's an American podcaster, I guess. I would say, by the name of Candace Owens.
I guess you could call her like a independent YouTube journalist.
Yeah. I mean, she's doing some amazing work. But anyways, she came up with a story basically that said the wife of the president of France, Emmanuel Macron. What's her name?
Brigitte Macron.
Brigitte Macron. That apparently Brigitte Macron was officially a man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna hand it over to you.
Take it away,
Okay,
DJ.
so I think she came out with this like expose. Candace Owens came out with this expose like earlier this year. Mm-hmm. It was either earlier this year or late last year, something like that. But it was like a 4 or 5 part basically documentary series that she put up on YouTube for free.
Okay.
Anyone can watch it.
Okay.
And it's called Becoming Brigitte, I think. So it starts off, episode 1 starts off with basically origin story of both Emmanuel Macron and Brigitte Macron. So she was actually, Candace Owens, was not the first person to bring this to light.
Okay.
So there were 2 French independent journalists, like actual independent journalists who write articles for outfits like L'Equipe, like the actual French media outlets.
Yeah.
So these 2, one was a lady and one was a man. Is a lady, one is a man. Both of them came out with this story independently. I think it was they put it out on Substack or something like that, like an independent forum. No French media took it up, and it was basically in the first I guess in the first reporting of it, they were saying that there's a lack of birth records for a Brigitte Macron.
Okay.
Yeah. So
like they couldn't find any.
they couldn't find any birth records
Right.
of a person named Brigitte Macron.
I see.
But before her name was not Macron before that.
Yeah. So what they found was actually her birth certificate listed as a male.
Right.
Brigitte Macron listed as a male with the name of Jean-Michel Trogneux. That was her real, her real name. Yeah.
Okay.
So or at least birth name, right? And this came out early last year. These 2 French journalists came out early last year with it. And what they did was they put it all out, but no major media outlets caught onto it. So like it just died until Candace Owens revived the story. She went out and talked to this French journalist herself, figured it all out and all that. And so she came out with this 4 or 5 part YouTube documentary, Becoming Brigitte, and basically repeated everything that they said, but in like a video format.
Okay.
So she had photos of when Brigitte was supposedly younger, but a big part of it was that there were no photos ever that could be found of Brigitte with her children, because they have children. What? They have kids.
Okay.
I think they have 3 kids.
Okay.
Emmanuel and Brigitte.
Okay.
Yeah, they have supposedly 3 kids. So there were no like birth photos of her with the babies or whatever.
That's weird.
None of that. Makes sense. Sort of makes sense because it was so long ago. You know, it was in the 80s probably.
Okay. Continue. I have a few questions.
Okay.
Continue.
So like it makes sense that maybe it's not like today where we have smartphones in the labor room and shit like that. So that makes a bit of sense. So it wasn't enough to be like, it wasn't conclusive, it wasn't enough. So she came out and then she talked more about it, and then she found how she went to the French basically Office of Records. So and she tried looking and she found more references to Jean-Michel Trogneux, but also no references to Brigitte Macron. So this went on and she came out with the documentary. It got a lot of views on YouTube. Like each episode had millions of views. So it became quite a big deal on YouTube amongst like YouTube reactioners, things like that. But it never caught on in the mainstream. You know, people were still like, in the mainstream, people were like, yeah, it's Candace Owens, it's a conspiracy theory, you know, it's ridiculous and all that. And then I think this was 3 days ago, the former chief of staff of Brigitte Macron, who just left, came out and confirmed everything to the French media. He came out.
What?
His name is Tristan Bromé. Yeah. So he was just fired a couple of months ago, and he was basically he was the right hand man of Brigitte Macron. He was her chief of staff.
Okay.
So he handled all of her tax,
like litigation,
tax records, everything, all the official stuff. So he found that when she had to submit her tax tax reports,
Okay.
that he discovered a irregular entry, and it was in the name of the person. So in France, when you do it online and when you sign in, there's your given government name, right?
Okay.
So that given government name is apparently untamperable. There's no way you can edit that.
You can't change it.
It's
Okay.
whatever is in the government record is what it is in your tax page.
It's set.
It's
Okay.
set. So in hers, in Brigitte Macron's, was Jean-Michel alias DIT, which is French for alias Brigitte Macron.
Oh.
No joke.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, which led him to be like the Tristan Bromé, which led him to be like, what's going on? So he went on, and he thought at first he investigated it as, okay, this might have been a software glitch because no human can tamper with this. So it must have been a software glitch. And he did some more investigation because of his high ranking in the administration, and found out that it was not a software glitch, that it was actually
Her name.
her real government name.
Real government name.
Yes.
Because it has the alias as well, so it links both names together already.
Yeah.
So she did have her name changed in the government, but apparently in France where you can't change your birth name, so it just adds on to you like the alias thing.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
it is what it is. Yeah.
I have a question. How? Okay, if she's a man, how?
Oh, sorry. A little bit more. A little bit more. Okay. Brigitte Macron, when Candace Owens came out with the expose, she was sued. Brigitte Macron sued her. Brigitte and Emmanuel Macron sued her. There was a letter from their lawyers to Candace Owens' lawyers saying that they intend to sue and everything for defamation and all that. And I think a week or 2 weeks ago, that lawsuit was just thrown out by the French courts. The lawsuit that the Macrons also had against the two journalists, the French journalists,
Was also thrown out.
Wow.
of French court.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dismissed with prejudice. No, that was what the court said.
Wow.
Yeah.
Dismissed with prejudice.
Yeah.
Like, I don't like you. You for that.
Like,
you
that means that they cannot bring
have
the
no
same
claim.
motion again.
Right.
Ever.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they cannot sue them for the same thing again.
Yeah,
So they
yeah.
cannot sue them for defamation again. Essentially. Yeah.
Okay. So then I have a question.
Okay.
Like, how did they have 3 kids?
Probably adopted. Probably adopted. Yeah. And
Because there were no birth records of any of the children.
There were birth
They were,
records
okay.
of the children, but
Okay.
apparently they are sealed, and the French Office of Records does not want to give that up.
Right.
Yeah, but they're adults now. I don't think they're kids anymore. So like, I don't know what's going on there. But even with the whole Brigitte Macron thing, like they took months before they finally released her official records. You know, so I guess when it became undeniable, French media was talking about it. Everyone was talking about it. Like they just had to do it.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Imagine like, okay, I don't know if I can say that. Imagine like Tung Aziza, like 5 years from now, was shown to be a man. Like, how crazy would that be?
Yep.
I mean,
No, but that's not the craziest part of this whole thing. The craziest part of this whole thing is that their relationship began when
yes,
she was a teacher
that was
at his
crazy.
school.
Yeah.
She was 40 and he was 15, and when in the lead up to him being sworn in as president,
Right.
Emmanuel Macron, they did a ton of like media PR interviews.
Yeah.
And one of the questions that Brigitte Macron was asked was that, what attracted you to Emmanuel?
Okay.
And she was like, I think he performed as, I think it was Othello or something in a one of the
theater plays.
Yeah.
Shakespearean plays, and she was reportedly just swept away with how good he was as
Oh
an
my
actor.
God.
You know,
So weird.
yeah, and he was 14 at the time. She was 39 at the time, but they began their relationship supposedly when he was 15 and she was 40, which I'd be remiss to not say this.
Okay.
Within French law, is allowed.
15.
Yeah, I think French law is 14.
Really?
Wow.
French do it different, bro.
Okay.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So that's why she hasn't faced any legal prosecution for that. But apparently the mastermind of all this whole thing happening was Emmanuel Macron's father.
Oh.
He was the one who set this all up.
Right.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
whistleblowed basically.
No. He set this all up. He's the kingmaker. He's what got them together.
Oh, he was the culprit basically.
Yeah. He was the mastermind. Yeah.
Why? For what reason?
For him to become president.
So he allowed
He allowed his child to be groomed. Yes.
because he knew that Macron could be
I
president.
think it was honestly from the reports. I think it wasn't just that he allowed. It was that he initiated this whole thing. He planned this whole thing to happen. Yeah, because they're still doing investigations into who this Jean-Michel is now that they know
Yeah.
who he is. Now they're digging into him, like figuring out like what the hell's going on. Yeah.
Oh. I mean,
Yeah.
what do the French think about this?
I think they're probably upset, but I mean, look, the French have different kind of tolerance for this kind of things.
Yeah, for them this is
Have you heard of Jean-Paul Sartre?
the
Philosopher.
Yeah.
So he was a big philosopher. I think it was in the 70s. Yeah.
Okay.
And he had paramours that were underage.
Yeah.
All the
They have
time.
a very like laissez-faire
Yeah, yeah,
attitude. That's
yeah.
their attitude.
It's something that's been in their culture for a long time.
Yeah, if it's 14 is their legal age, it's
Yeah.
also in their legal system.
Yeah.
So-
But for
Like for them, this isn't. It wouldn't be as scandalous if it was here.
It's not super scandalous.
It's not
yeah.
super scandalous.
The most the part that she was 40 and he was 15. That's not the scandalous part. The scandalous part is that she's a man. That's how they see it. You know,
that's the controversial.
which is
the
true.
whole thing is controversial.
Yeah. But to us, yeah. But I mean, to them, it's not. Like the part where he was supposedly groomed, they don't see it that way. You know. So what Candace Owens was trying to say is that her takeaway from all this is that
Okay.
there's actually a pedophile ring amongst the world's elite. You know, like it's been going on in DC. It happened with I don't know if you remember this name, Silvio Berlusconi,
Oh yeah.
former
the Italian.
Italian,
Italian
yeah.
Prime
Prime
Minister,
Minister.
also owner of AC Milan.
Oh,
He was owner of AC Milan.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
So and when he was Prime Minister, he had because the Prime Minister has a few residences in and around Italy.
Okay.
So in Rome, I think they have like 2 or 3.
Uh-huh.
So one of the palaces he used specifically for underage orgies, and it was the Italians who actually exposed it. It wasn't people from the outside. It was the Italian media who exposed that
Okay.
back when he was premier,
Well-
and he lost his premiership because of that.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
he's passed away now, right?
Silvio?
Silvio
Is he dead?
Berlusconi? I'm not
He's
sure.
either dead or in jail.
Okay.
Either one of those things. Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah.
So the
Europeans, they function differently, I guess. I mean,
They have other levels of depravity.
yeah. Look at like what's coming out about Sigmund Freud.
well, what about him?
There's a lot of
Sigmund Freud. Yeah.
Recently, like
I've
how because he's the one that one of the biggest things that he discovered was the Oedipus complex, right?
Yeah, okay.
Like how young boys are attracted to their mothers
Mothers
sexually.
and- yeah.
So he also had the same thing vice versa for young women
Yeah.
or young kids, girls
With
that were
their
attracted to their dads.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so Freud was the one that came out with this theory of this Oedipus complex, right?
Yeah.
And a lot of people seem to think that he was justifying his own attraction to kids.
Okay.
Yeah, and that he himself was actually a pedophile.
Yeah.
But it's just that back then there was no social media. Kids that went to him for treatment, people didn't know what actually happened to them. Even if they did, it was not exposed because things like that supposedly was not the norm, but it wasn't a big deal like it is today.
Right.
You know?
It was.
So what recently came out about him?
Like those kind of things.
Oh, that he was a pedophile, that he was
closet
also
pedophile and things like that. So
none of
it
this is
what it
surprising.
Yeah, it's not surprising. Like because if you look at the French, like I said, Jean-Paul Sartre, right? He was a big, and until today, if you go to university and you learn introduction to philosophy, that class, you will definitely almost 100% certainty learn about Jean-Paul Sartre and his teachings, philosophically. You know, and like what I took intro to philosophy when I was in uni, and one of the things I learned about Jean-Paul Sartre, like Jean-Paul Sartre was literally a whole 2.5 hour lecture on his own, and we learned all about his history of being with young girls and all that within university.
Wow.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm not saying that universities normalize that kind of thing, but it's at the time it was normal when he lived. You know, it was not something that was like super
controversial
taboo.
back then. Yeah. Well, it's crazy.
It's different, no? Like maybe she's right. Maybe Candice Owens is right about Zodi. Maybe there is a group of elites that are pedophiles, you know.
And that is why the Epstein list will never be released.
Yeah. Like have you heard of Bohemian Grove? Have you guys heard of Bohemian Grove?
No. Rhapsody, yes.
Okay.
Bohemian Rhapsody.
Then blow your own minds out when you go home today.
Okay.
Go on to Bohemian Grove. Grove.
Okay.
Yeah. So before you look for Bohemian Grove on Google, you look for there's a big wooden owl in the jungles of Northern California.
There's a big
wooden
statue.
owl?
Yeah, it's a big effigy
Alright.
of an owl.
Okay.
Like it stands like probably 180 feet tall, like really tall. So, this was in the late 90s, early 2000s, where there was this guy, independent journalist, went into this area of Northern California, these jungles. It's called Bohemian Grove. People have heard of it, like people who were so-called conspiracy theorists once upon a time heard about it.
Okay.
But
what happened
up until the 90s? They saw
the massive owl.
They saw the massive owl and a group of old men in hoods and everything, burning an effigy of a baby. Not a real baby, an effigy of a baby in the middle. Yeah, in front, sacrificing to, I think it's called Moloch, the owl god, something like that lah. Some weird name for the owl god.
So it's like a ritual. Basically.
Yeah. It's like it's been linked to like Freemasonic, Illuminati shit and all that. But Marlon Brando, the Godfather, he was part of. He's been to Bohemian Grove. President Bush, President Clinton, President Bush Senior, President Reagan, Dick Cheney. All these people have all been and taken part in Bohemian Grove.
How do you know they
Yeah,
took part?
now it sounds familiar. I think I read this somewhere.
You would have. Yeah.
Oh, it's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
There was even Alex Jones. If you heard of Alex Jones,
The
so-called right wing,
political commentator.
conspiracy theory, whatever.
Yeah.
He actually went up to United States senator. I think it was either a senator or congressman, and he was like, I was at Bohemian Grove. I saw you there and all that. And then he was like, no, I think you're mistaken. I don't know what you're talking about. And then he just walked away. Like, and that video is still everywhere on YouTube and Instagram. You can still find that. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So
That's crazy.
Bohemian Grove.
Yeah.
Check it out.
Okay.
You're welcome.
Wow, that was a lot. Actually.
Yeah.
That was a lot.
Take it
Fact
in.
is stranger than fiction.
Yeah.
I wouldn't all of this is actually believable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like
Dude, I wouldn't have believed it if I did not see it on Google Earth myself. You can go to Google Earth.
Okay, you can check
And
out
you can check out
the
the
owl statue.
you can look for, I think it's Moluk the owl god. I think that's the name.
Okay.
It's something the owl god. I think it starts with M. I think it's Moluk, Moluk. I think it is. But you can actually see the actual wooden statue is still there today on Google Earth. Yeah, you can zoom in on it.
Okay,
Yeah.
Bohemian Grove. Okay,
Bohemian
I've always searched Bohemian Rhapsody, but today I'll search Bohemian
Blow
Grove.
your mind, dude.
All right, we have actually one more news for you guys, and it's something to do with Malaysia.
Oh.
Even though earlier in this episode we complimented PMX and how Malaysia has handled the whole ASEAN and all this, but I don't know if you guys know, but in Papua New Guinea, there were the locals there. They are quite unhappy with Malaysians actually.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, you know about this, right?
Yeah.
So okay, maybe you can explain. A little bit.
Basically, where Malaysian companies
Yeah.
are logging in Papua New Guinea.
Papua New Guinea.
And from what I remember, they just have to get permission from tribal leaders.
Right.
That's it. Only from tribal leaders. These big logging companies come and just get permission from tribal leaders, and they're just allowed to cut down
To cut
trees.
down trees,
Yeah,
yeah.
to cut down trees like indiscriminately.
Yeah, and then the people of Papua New Guinea, like sometimes they rely on those trees to get like for sources of food,
Yeah.
Shelter,
Yeah.
and all this. And I mean, like it's their land basically.
Yeah. And they're very angry at Malaysians, you know, and it's like it
Because
was
it's
quite.
like Malaysian companies.
It is
But
Malaysian
are they
company.
their own country though? Or are they Indonesia?
Papua New Guinea, I think
It's
it's
a
their
country.
own. Their own
Yeah.
It's their own
country.
country?
Yeah.
Country.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's quite sad.
Yeah.
It's quite devastating.
Yeah. Even
And
the
it's such a small country too.
It's
Yeah.
such a small
Small island,
country, yeah. So it's quite sad to see these people suffering from our
The actions of
exploits.
our
Yeah.
country.
So I mean, like earlier, even though we have complimented Malaysia a lot, but no country is perfect.
Of course.
No, we do a lot of crap.
But you know, there's always something that we can improve on. And,
Yeah.
You know, we were talking about international diplomacy and how Anwar was doing great, but this is also like
a big blemish.
a big blemish on our part.
Yeah.
basically. Yeah, because this is not gonna go well for, you know, if people know about this, they look at Malaysian companies and they're so like entitled. They're so
Yeah, we
selfish.
do
They're
that to
so-
like Kalimantan as well with the palm oil, like the haze that
Yeah.
that we get every year. It
Yeah.
comes from Malaysian companies,
Actually,
cuts it
yes.
like
Yeah.
burning those trees. Like
No,
we're
the logging has been
responsible.
happening in Sabah and Sarawak.
Exactly.
Those are Malaysian companies.
Yeah. So I mean, we do a lot of harm to our neighbors,
Yeah.
regardless of
Yeah.
ASEAN or unity and everything. And
Very American over there.
I mean, our flags are similar too.
Oh yeah.
I would just tell people Malaysia is just the halal America.
Not so halal.
Not so halal, but
Not
similar.
halal. Yeah.
okay. That's the punchline didn't work, but anyways. Okay, unfortunately,
Switzerland
guys,
of the East.
Switzerland, yes, we are
Switzerland of the
Switzerland.
East. You want
Unfortunately,
cold, can go Genting.
unfortunately, guys, that's all the time that we have for today.
Unfortunately.
Yes, thank you, Nikki, for being
my
here.
pleasure. Thank you guys.
And thank you guys for watching and listening.
And comment.
Yes.
Comment, put pressure on the producers to let us have a 2-hour podcast.
Yeah. Then we can get
ask
really
for
into
it.
the nitty
Ask for
gritty of
guys.
it.
Yeah, ask for it. Ask for 2 hours. Make Mel and Doris sit there on their wooden benches. I don't care.
Make them work hard,
Another
guys.
hour. Let's go. Hashtag another hour.
All right. Anyways, guys, that's all from us. We hope you guys enjoyed it, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.
Ciao.
Let's go.